Can a tool bag designed by an electrician be used for plumbers? So this is the MB200 from Velocity Pro Gear, and it's designed from Nick Bundy, who's an electrician on YouTube and all the socials and stuff. So I looked at this bag and I tried to visualize what I could fit in myself for my day-to-day plumbing bag, and it actually works out really well. I've used it a couple of days and I'm really liking it, and I'm going to roll with it for the next year. So yeah, quick little video just to show you how I've decided to tool it up. So I've got my air vents and the multi-tool air vent on the front because I always seem to lose them. This front's got a little drop down, so I keep a little flat ruler, extendable ruler out, and my micro level from Stabila. So they're all comfortably in there because they're nice and flat. Clips back down really nicely. It's got two main side compartments. Now this is pretty much the reason why I went for this bag, because it's really hard to find a bag that can get like your hammer out the way and a level. And these little sides are perfect for dropping down your hammers and your levels. On this side, I got all my drill bits on these 1/4" hex, so these can basically just pop off and go into my drills, which is really nice. I've got I think this is a glove clip, or you can use it for carrying your rags, so that's pretty handy. All on carabiners because we've got D-rings all over the bag, so that's nice and easy to get things out of the way. Pica pencil, obviously standard Pica pencil, really nice. Right hand side, got a really nice hard tape loop, so I've got a Milwaukee tape. Now I use this one because I can actually hold pipework up while I'm soldering and stuff. Anything smaller than a 5 meter you will struggle, but yeah, he goes on there nicely. And like I said, a nice drop down section for your level. Really hard to find a tool bag that can keep a vertical level. This is a 400mm. I find it's perfect for what I need on a day-to-day basis. I've got a little pen holder, so a little pen goes in there, and a uni light just strapped on top. You can basically rig onto any D-ring that you have on the bag. So we're getting to the main section now for you, and this section here can be loaded up with all your VDE Wera screwdrivers. I got it set in for just a normal flathead for jabbing everything, and then I got a couple of pens, a pipe reamer, another uni light torch, and my stub buddy. And in this main section, so normally you would see loads and loads of screwdrivers, like 8. I don't really like a lot of screwdrivers, so I've just gone for the Wera compact with all my bits in here. So that basically, this is how I've rolled for a while, even with other bags, and I haven't missed having individual screwdrivers. The only one I got is this hammer through flathead screwdriver, so that's a 7mm, and he basically does all your things like baller fixes and stuff like that. And you can give it a bit of a tap, so you can use it to get up floorboards or whatever you need. In the top section here is my rad key. So a lot of people use the ratchet, but it's really bulky in your bag. I try and keep my bag as light as possible, but still being able to do everything that I need. So that one fits in the top of here. Obviously you can fit whatever you want in this little top section, which is nice. And in the very top there's a nice little cubby. So I got my pipe deburrer from Monument, and my Allen keys. Now you're going to hate me because this Allen key set is quite expensive, but the bigger section of these ones, they stack up about this big, so you try and fit that in a tool bag, it's quite hard. So yeah, unfortunately I cut this off so I can keep up to a 5mm because I very rarely use anything bigger than 5. Going from left to right, we got my little open-ended spanners, which is what I use for compression nuts. So a 24 is for 15 and a 32 is for 22mm nuts, so they fit in really nicely. And then I got a Pipe Vice Micro 5 and the Micro 10, which is the same size head but just in a longer body, so if I need to get any more tension on, I'm all good with that one. Got a hacksaw from Nipex. Now this hacksaw is in this configuration instead of this configuration. It's 10 times more comfortable, and I think that you can get generally a little bit more you can get more pressure into your pipe that you're cutting. The only downside I find with this one is it narrows down to this section. So when you're trying to cut 1.5" pipe on the end, it's quite a bit of a struggle, but you know, I use a saber saw from Milwaukee to do most of my cutting anyway, so it's generally not a problem. And this was insulated all the way up to here, but yeah, it was a bit of a faff to get into places, so I cut it back here. But really nice if I have to cut out any pipe work and he fits really good. Pipe slices, I've got 2 pipe slices, obviously 1522, because this is my normal day-to-day bag. These are from Pitbull. These have actually been holding it really, really well. So yeah, all the rollers and that are still good. All the blades seem to be doing pretty well. So we're going to roll with them until they break. Pliers wrench from Nipex. So this is one with the flat face jaws. This comes in handy. I try and keep it just set to 15mm nuts if I have to, or if I need to straighten anything out. These are actually really good for clamping onto things. So anything which needs a nice finish, these tend to come out. And then we've got a 6-inch wide boy Baco. If you want one spanner to do mostly everything in your tool bag, get one of these. They pretty much roll you for everything that you need. And then the bigger size one up is, I think this is an 8-inch wide boy as well, but he's actually halved in the jaws. So unfortunately, this day and age in brass fittings, they give you very little to get your spanner on, and you actually do need a wrench like this. So if you haven't got one, make sure you got one, because you will struggle with fittings. 16mm Wearer Joker. This is a ratchetable one, so this is used for rad tails. Really, really nice, speeds things up. And then just got a Nipex 250 Cobra and a 180 Cobra. So yeah, best grips that you can get on the market. Really, really handy, really, really sharp when they're brand new as well. They don't slip. It's really hard for them to slip. And then I got a 200mm 8-inch level from Stabila as well. I like to try and match the same sizes, so if I'm using these for pipe spacing, yeah, I got a small one and a longer one for that. But the 200mm, I find this really, really nice, so I really favour that. And then my paste that I use for my jointing compound, slick type from Leica. Really, really nice. So last section we need to get into is the back. So this has a quite nice back section. Yeah, really, really good. So got a nice little pocket in the front. I don't really use this for anything. You could put paperwork and stuff like that in for you. Got a general day-to-day chisel. This basically gets used on everything. Stone, metal, wood. We basically use them as a non-battery multi-tool, we call one of these. A hand file. So this I actually made myself. Well, I put it together myself. So you buy the heads here, and then you can stick your own handle on. You heat it up, push it over the wood, it burns its way through, and then you can epoxy resin it in. And yeah, I really like this. Just for the feel, I like a wooden handle. And then my Rothenberger RoboCut. So these are really good for like plastic pipe, and they can actually cut all the way up to 1.5 inches. So yeah, they're really good for a one-stop pipe cutter for plastic in your tool bag. And then obviously I got the pipe vise. So this is the Amigo Slim, and I got the Amigo Slim L. So if I need to get any proper tension on anything, these bad boys come out and they get me out of the rubbish a lot. So I do highly rate these. And then I got my stubby screwdrivers up in this section up at the top, and some insulation tape. So they're just caught up in this little cubby nicely. So yeah, really good. And then last of all, I got my Loctite in here. So this is 577. A lot of people use the Rapid Blue stuff. I find this a bit more thicker. It doesn't run on people's carpets if you overdo it on rads. Obviously sheet up whatever you're doing, but this is a orangey colour. I find this a little bit less stainy than the blue. So that's my reason why I use Loctite 5.7. I've actually used this for 16 years now, and to be honest, never ever had a problem with the way that I do it. So it's trial and tested. I still go to radiator systems now that I fitted 15 years ago, and they are still good, no leaks. So I do trust this. Goes off really, really fast. I've got videos on my account which goes off in like literally 25 seconds, 30 seconds. So yeah, if you want to get away from PTFE, highly rate this stuff. And if you have to bulk the threads up, so in England most of our threads are straight. In an ideal world, they need to be tapered so they actually bind into anything. So if you need to bulk any threads up, outside taps, anything like that, Loctite 5.5. Obviously, I don't run any PTFE if I can help it. If I do use PTFE, it is only for stuff like outside taps. Anything that I want to get back off, I use PTFE. So yeah, really nice bag designed by an electrician, but I got it perfectly set up for me as a plumber on my day-to-day. So yeah, check it out. It's the MB200 from Velocity Pro Gear. Beautiful.